Not so far from here, there's a very lively atmosphere. Everybody's going there this year. And there's a reason the season opened last July. Ever since the USA went dry, everybody's going there, and I'm going too.
Welcome to the jungle. You're gonna die. It's So Easy and Other Lies by Duff McKagan, a founding member of Guns N' Roses and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee, shares the story of his rise to the pinnacle of fame and fortune. His struggles with alcoholism and drug addiction, should be vodka, wine, Xanax, heroin, cocaine, and his personal crash and burn. God, how'd that happen? And then his Phoenix-like transformation. Now, his book sold a lot of copies, enough that they published a second book called How to Be a Man. And that's his story of fatherhood and sobriety. But we don't care about that. We care about these other lies. Before we begin, I want to mention that the audio quality is a little different this time. Instead of my $100 studio mic, we were using Elaine's omnidirectional, it's called a honeycomb mic for podcasters. So, it's okay. I mean, welcome to the jungle that is the Doomed Planet podcast, episode 96. Damn. It's so easy being a podcaster. Although sometimes I feel like people are out to get me because of my controversial opinions. But no, I'm in Seattle, Paradise City, as they call it. Sometimes my friend Michelle is on the podcast. I'm thinking about her and you. She was a sweet child of mine. One of my many illegitimate children. Hey, call me crazy, but anything goes with Alex, famous podcaster. And so now let's proceed with my rocket queen and frequent Doom Planet guest star, Elaine. Okay, I'm here with Elaine. Long time no see.
Yeah. Yes.
You were
about
on
time.
You were on our way early episode when the pandemic first started, Seattle's swinging 60s.
And it was swinging, let me tell you.
And who was there at the time was Duff McKagan of Guns N' Roses.
He's not that old.
He's born in 1964, so older than me. So he was a little kid during all that action.
Yeah, he never was. Yeah. He was probably living in Bellevue.
Anyway, he wrote for the Seattle Weekly for a bit, and then he had a New York Times bestseller called It's So Easy and Other Lies. That's his rock star autobiography, and it just became free on Kindle, so I finally read it, and it's quite the book.
What lies is he telling?
That he's a good person. I don't know.
He's probably a good person. They have to have such a personality to be in public. You have to create something that people can love or hate.
No, he's a bona fide rock star. He's tall and handsome and good at music and in one of the biggest selling bands of all time. Guns N' Roses is back together. Did you know that?
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're and it's been since 1985. How long ago was that?
Do we have some tickets? Did you get tickets to the show?
Tacoma Dome. Duff and Slash and Axl are back, and then they have a whole bunch of other people, but they're one of the largest selling bands for concert tickets of all time. It's like them and the Rolling Stones. And this tour, they're geezers, right?
Yeah.
They sell out the biggest stadiums all over the world.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Brazil, Argentina.
Yeah. People have nothing else to do except spend their money on these giant concerts.
Isn't it like $200 to go to a big concert?
That's a cheap price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I think, wasn't it, who was it that was, Taylor Swift is like $3,000 to buy a ticket.
Why? What is I don't know. It's like going to a football game. Watching it on TV is more fun. I guess people want experiences now.
They can't even see the performers.
They're watching a video.
Yeah, they have to watch them on their phone.
Yeah. Elaine's Bumblebee desktop USB microphone. It's really super sensitive mic, kind of like the Yeti mic that I gave to my kid for his gaming. But just coincidentally, I wanted Elaine to appear briefly on this episode, and then she needed help figuring out this mic. So all you have to do is get a USB to Apple whatever dongle.
Yeah, I have those.
You have those?
Yeah.
Okay, so
this
is great.
Dongle known to man.
And so did Duff McKagan. Now, he played in all these early punk bands in Seattle, right?
I guess so.
Okay.
I never heard of him before.
The Guns N' Roses, their first show was one of their first shows out of LA was in Seattle, and they had a hitchhike here. It was at Gorilla Gardens.
Yeah,
right, you know that
Gardens,
place? Yeah,
but that's more my daughter's age group. She
sure.
worked at Gorilla Gardens.
Okay.
That was her place.
You know what's funny is that Duff in his book, he calls it Gorilla Gardens in the beginning of the book, and then at the end of the book, don't people have copy editors or fact checkers anymore? At the end of the book, he calls it Gorilla Garden.
Yeah.
Then at the end of the book, it's Gorilla Gardens. Like,
well,
okay.
No one cares anymore about
no one
things
cares.
like that. No, they can barely read, Alex. So.
Well, that's why, to me, Duff is kind of an illiterate alcoholic junkie. I hate to be so mean. And so having this best-selling book, like he got help. There's a ghostwriter listed at the end. And then this book sold so well that like all the other members of Guns N' Roses, and then like any person that was ever in a rock band in the 80s wrote their book, right? Every member of Guns N' Roses wrote this same book with the same, we had the debauchery and whatnot. And I don't know, it's not poorly written, this book, but I'm kind of skeptical about like how much, like, he's not an intellectual, right?
But aren't people just like buying the book and putting it on their coffee table? Are they actually
right? Like, or it's like they call it an airport book, like, which is an insult, like
right.
Some kind of book that makes you appear smart, but you haven't actually read it.
Right.
Although this is.
But this might get people to. I don't think people read that much. So, but
I know I do on my
book club.
Yeah,
it'd be a book club membership that you could have a book club that just read biographies of musicians. Well,
this podcast kind of ended up. It was supposed to be Seattle Crime, and then I ended up doing all these reviews of that kind of book. So that's one of the things we do.
Some people just put these up on their shelf, and it looks good. Duff McKagan. They might have a little story, and then people can lie about their own stories of, oh yeah, well I met Duff at the Crocodile.
And so, best-selling novel. What happens in the book? He's a big drinker, right? At one point, he's drinking a half gallon of vodka a day.
Yeah,
is that even possible?
I don't know how much this is truth and how much people lie about this stuff.
You have to embellish that. However, he had a burst pancreas, and that's like pancreatitis, right?
Yeah.
Which you can get. It doesn't have to be from alcoholism,
right.
But so this is the worst case scenario where like these cysts are bursting and all this acid is eating away your internal organs. And so he barely survived that. And so he's, of course, doing a lot of coke to keep the alcohol going. Like if you're going to drink for 3 days straight, you need Coke, right?
No, if you're going to do Coke for 3 days straight,
okay,
you're
right.
alcohol.
Oh, that's right. I remember the
that
80s.
Backwards. You'd hit the corner store at 6 o'clock in the morning to get some Rainier. So
then after that incident, he got sober, but then later in the book, he gets strung out on Xanax, which is almost worse. That's harder to get off of.
You have to go into rehab.
You have to go. You need a doctor.
Yeah, you have to.
So, and then the one reason that I will disparage him and mock him in this podcast is he appeared recently with right-wing Twitter person Brandy Cruz and was talking about how dangerous downtown Seattle is. And I'll pull this from YouTube. He literally said, I've traveled all over the world, and Seattle's downtown is the most dangerous place I have ever been, and so I always bring a knife. I mean, that's the inspiration for this episode. Otherwise, we could ignore him.
And then when I go downtown, I bring my samurai sword.
I'm a sober guy now, but I've lived a whole different life where things don't shock me.
So it takes a lot for you to be in downtown Seattle and think, this is bad.
It takes a lot.
Yeah.
And it was only recently, I started to get mad. I have a wife. I have 2 daughters. And I started carrying a knife with me downtown.
Seattle is the only city in the world that you carry a knife in.
That is correct.
So when people say, oh, Seattle's a safe city, what do you say to that?
It's not. It's not a safe city. And I can't quantify that. I can't give you numbers.
But what he can give you are stories.
So, yeah.
There's, I don't know why. I think people just want Seattle to have some attention, so they have to make it a little edgy. It's not that safe, but no place. Well,
I wouldn't walk around at 3 a.m. necessarily on a Saturday night. No.
But. Yeah, but no one's really going to bother you.
You've caught the bus at 3 a.m.
Most of the people that get attacked know who's attacking them, and they probably ripped them off. Or there's a lot of street life that goes on that people that live in the suburbs and Los Angeles have no clue. LA has got to be the worst, and but the most interesting
just sections of it. It's a giant city.
The most interesting thing I found out was Tokyo, which we think of as the safest place in the world, has a whole Hooverville type village
in
there.
Japan. You think they wouldn't tolerate that?
Yeah, and it's all like shacks and it's its own little suburb.
Anyway, the whole crime is out of control thing. Statistics don't show that crime has actually gone down over the years. It's a right-wing thing to scare people so that they can get more money for the police, right?
And so they can buy more guns.
And of course, Duff had having working class roots helps with your rock star authenticity, right? Like Axl Rose was like this street punk trash kid from Indiana, and Duff's dad was a fireman in Seattle. Yeah. So he was he had 5 or 6 brothers and sisters.
Yeah, very middle class.
So he's got the street cred.
But I don't know really any bona fide street people that ever got famous. I hate to tell him.
No, he's not. No, street cred, but not like living on the street. Although in LA for a time, he's probably couch surfing with girlfriends.
Yeah, people forget about that stuff.
I mean, there's a lot of things like he got married and it didn't work out. And then this is a typical rich man story. I guess that's where I'm getting with this is he's a tough on crime rich guy now. And since this new tour, he probably makes $250,000 every time he steps out on stage. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
If you got an audience of 100,000 people in Rio or whatever paying.
I don't know how much they get.
They get a lot. I mean, that's how musicians make their money now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they get it on selling merch.
Oh, so plus there's the merch.
Would be good. Because how much does a book cost? $20?
Well, I don't think he has to share proceeds of this book. He gets to keep the money from this.
Maybe. Because is he a rose or is he a gun?
No, Axl, it's a long story. There's Tracy Guns, and you don't want to get into it. I really went down the Guns N' Roses rabbit hole with this So yeah, he's wealthy, and that being wealthy makes you more conservative, I guess. I mean, obviously, you got to protect your.
People age and they get really all of a sudden they turn into these conservative assholes. You know, so because and then you even have to watch yourself, like people like me, and because if you say something that might appear to be slightly off the left wing, you're going to be, oh, you sound just like some horrible
You're a member of the Chinese Communist Party.
So, no matter what we say, you have to look and see what people are actually saying behind what the words.
I think Duff was already that way. Like, for example, when he doesn't mention him by name, but the guy that ran Guerrilla Gardens, he says he didn't speak good English, and he even writes a sentence like mocking his English. He's an Asian guy. Stuff like that is a little...
Yeah, but the guy is stupid because he doesn't realize that the owner was putting on that accent so he could appear to be...
Yeah, well, apparently he didn't pay bands. Yeah, so he was like...
Oh, I don't understand. I don't understand what you mean.
We're doing it. That's good. I want to be politically incorrect. Wait, I don't understand. I pay you. I pay you cash dollar already. I think that guy actually was a Seattle rich kid kind of guy.
Did you ever sit and ponder, sit and wonder, sit and think why we're here and what this life is all about? It's a problem that has driven many brainy men to drink. It's the weirdest thing they've tried to figure out.
Before I forget, Duff wrote a second book, How to Be a Man. It's about his life as a family man with his two daughters and his wife that another rich man story. He was set up with this girl, and then he sees the cover of Vogue magazine, and it's the same girl. And he's like, I want to meet her, right? Like, so that's his wife. Like, how to be a man. Yeah, that's how you pick a wife.
Get a supermodel.
Is get it. Well, models love rock stars, so that is a thing.
I guess they have a lot to talk about. How beautiful each other is. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, you're beautiful too.
Okay, now on. The Kindle is an amazing thing. I can go to my annotations. Well, there's a million of them. Tim Moore, award-winning translator of German novels, is the ghostwriter. In my old age, I like to read books on a Kindle because it's backlit and easier for me to read. Duff, the King of Beers McKagan, that was his nickname. And then he says, soon after this, a production company working on a new animated series called me to ask if they could use the name Duff as a character. That is a lie. Why would... That should have been fact-checked. Do you really think that, like, The Simpsons, the Duff beer thing on The Simpsons, that comes from Duff and that they had to call and ask his permission to use the name Duff? He's embellishing here to make a better book. But, like, someone like me who's a nitpicker for, facts is going to catch that. Doing cocaine for days on end.
So it's a form of duffin?
Duff man.
Was he already
He was called Duff? He was called Duff. Yeah, it's an Irish nickname, right?
That. Dark black.
Dark
man.
Oh, that's what it means? Duff in Irish, in Gaelic.
Hey, Duff lovers! Does anyone in this bar love Duff?
Hey, it's Duff Man.
Newsweek said you died of liver failure.
Duff Man can never die. Only the actors who play him. Oh, yeah!
He switched from drinking vodka to wine, 10 bottles a day. I was getting really bad heartburn.
How can you drink 10 bottles a day? Oh.
My hands and feet were bleeding. I had nosebleeds. I was shitting blood. Sores on my skin oozed. This is, he's been with Guns N' Roses now for almost 10 years. They've been touring relentlessly and partying like rock stars. My LA house was awash in the fetid effluvia of my derelict body.
Oh, jeez.
March 31st, 1994. He sees Kurt Cobain at the airport. Kurt Cobain has skipped out of rehab, and then he's going to be dead later that month. That's funny. I was living down in your studio when that happened.
When who did
When
what?
Kurt killed himself.
Oh, poor Kurt.
Yeah.
Stupid motherfucker.
We talk about Kim Warnick is his friend. She's really nice. You know, from the Fastbacks.
Yeah.
You got to know her.
Yeah.
So she's mentioned in the book. He had a horrible water skiing accident when he was a kid and almost lost his arm.
Oh, was that what his...
This is good, and this is verifiable. His mom had him participate in a study at the University of Washington on near-death experiences. So they interviewed like 100 kids who had almost died and made some kind of academic study. Oh, Closer to the Light, learning from near-death experiences of children. If we had time, I would look that up, but this is a no-budget podcast. All right, well, I'm going to do the whole podcast here with you, Elaine. It's going to drive me home.
Why did Duff leave Guns N' Roses?
At a certain point, Axl stopped showing up. He would be 3 hours late for a show, and they weren't even making any money touring. Because, like, if you're late and you're the headliner, you got to pay the unions to stay longer and all that stuff. Jumping back and forth, he's working at the Black Angus when he first gets to L.A. I got to say, I loved the Guns N' Roses album, Appetite for Destruction. But that was a long time ago. Like, I can't... Is the audience going to be people like me at the Tacoma Dome? Is that... Yeah.
They're all geezers.
Because they had... Those are the only ones who can afford it. Oh, he was with the Farts, right? Farts with a Z? Yeah. So, you know, our friend Robert, who just passed away, would have known Duff. And I regret not getting a chance to interview him, but he didn't want to talk about the old days. Oh, so he gets married to Linda Johnson, a penthouse pet. Oh, that was his first wife.
Oh, yeah.
Or his, yeah. I knew any hooker would have a coke connection, probably her own pimp. I found a number for an escort service and dialed.
I wonder whose escort service that was.
I'm not sure if that was in Seattle.
Oh, down there.
His wife got involved with punching another woman until teeth started rattling to the floor. Blood?
No, they didn't. Who wrote this crap?
You know what's funny is my sister's friend, Dan, is the literary agent responsible for this book. And his story is that he went to Cornell, rich white suburb, went to Cornell. He's working for this literary agent who dropped dead of a heart attack, and then he took over her business.
Just like
And,
that.
you know, I mean, this book is a success by his metric.
Yeah.
Sold 1 million copies or whatever. So there you go.
He's
The second book, though, God, How to Be a Man.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
You can act like a man! What's the matter with you?
So after he's sobered up, he becomes a mountain biker. There were still a lot of toxins in my body. Stuff had been oozing out of me ever since I started flinging myself at hills on my bike. Boils crusted my skin. He gets really interested in his investments, and he goes to Seattle University to get a degree in finance or something when he's like 40. And here's the thing, like when Guns N' Roses started, unlike many bands, they signed a contract where they split publishing rights equally. And he wrote songs too, so it's not like he was cheating there. So he has this huge source of income from the publishing, just from 30 years ago. He still has. Yeah. So the truly amazing time for the band, Guns N' Roses, 1985 to 1988. Right, so by the time they blew up in like 1990, they're all full-on junkies, except for Axl, who's an oddball, but he's not a full-on druggie. So many of them did die. Thank God for Dave Dederer. Nice guy, President of the United States of America. a well-educated man who majored in English at Brown, helped Duff start writing for the Seattle Weekly, or helped him with his writing. Going down the Seattle. So now poor Duff, he does have a lot of problems with his sinuses.
Oh.
And there's almost no way to fix that. Like, he's got a hole in his septum and they cauterized. It's like
Everybody
a big scar.
does that with coke.
Not like him, though.
Every person in LA has cauterized septum. Deviated septum, it's called.
Yes, a deviant septum. Deviated.
Because we're born, live a while, then we die. Life's a very funny proposition after all. Imagination, jealousy, hypocrisy, love. 3 meals a day, a whole lot to say. When you haven't got the coin, you're always in the way.
My literary agent, thank you, Dan Mandel at Sanford J. Greenberger, eased me through the process of securing my book deal. That's the thing. They got to convince the publisher, hey, this guy is going to sell a lot of copies. He's hugely famous and people want to read about him.
Yeah.
It's almost like easy.
Easy pot, easy peasy.
Yeah. Let's say goodbye to Duff and not have to mention him ever again.
Well, he might be coming over to hang out with you after he reads this. Or to shoot
He is
you.
kind of a big, scary guy with a knife.
I know. He might come after you. You better watch out. Watch your back. Duff is back in town. He lives in LA now, though, right? Everybody lives in LA.
It says he moved back to Seattle. He might be back, but the truth is a lot of people that say they live in Seattle are in Mexico half the time, right? Or in LA or whatever. So, yeah. All right. So the most popular episodes, stats-wise, for the Doomed Planet podcast are these. Well, Seattle in the Swinging 60s is in the top 10 for some reason. Well, but also like the Lane Staley's Lame Last Days. I think that's the most popular. So people are interested in this crap.
But what was their band? Oh, I can't even remember the name of the band.
Alice in Chains.
Oh, Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
They came along at the same time, these bands, right? They were all in the same groups, right?
Well, Duff moved to L.A., so he left before the Seattle scene took off.
And now, bad decisions.
Okay.
Kurt Courtney bought a big house in Leschi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I know the person that lived in that house.
Before they bought it?
That lived there as a
good
child.
trivia. As a child?
I think so, yeah. But she's dead now.
So,
you can't tell.
Oh, no.
She died before we
She
got the
probably
story.
played in that shed where he shot himself. And they tore it down after.
Oh, good.
The house is still there, but the shed they tore down.
That's good because
you don't
ghosts don't like to be hanging around all those places. But almost every house that I used to live in here in Seattle is gone.
It's a murder house?
No murders. Sorry. Just a bunch of hippies, taking over the house. And
remember that house on the hill on East Lake? This giant hippie house with giant gardens and stuff? Remember that? It was there in the early 90s.
Which part of East Lake?
Just right where across from that giant factory with the big smokestacks.
What, the greenhouse?
Yeah, is that what it was?
On the hill?
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived there for a while.
You lived there, okay.
The hippie houses,
the good old days
are gone
before grunge ruined everything.
I don't know. It put Seattle on the map and turned it into like this hip place for people to move here.
Yeah, I took advantage of it. It's like when Nirvana became really famous, all these young people started moving in here, like busloads. You'd see them on Capitol Hill, people unloading, like, wow, the first of the month. Like, wow.
Yeah. They thought this was like the ideal. This was like the place where they too were going to become famous.
I met a lot of those people. Remember Jeffrey Allen Broadmerkle?
No.
we were doing, remember Month Magazine?
I remember Month Magazine.
So
oh my God.
This musician comes in and he's like, I'm Jeffrey Allen Broadmerkle, and I want you to put me on the cover of your magazine. So there are a lot of people like that.
Yeah, how many copies, how many issues had been done by then? Like 2?
Yeah. But he's thinking, wow, Month Magazine. I've hit the big time if I get on this cover.
Well, see, I moved into Belltown, which was the area where all this stuff happened.
Oh yeah.
Back in the late 80s.
Yeah. And then I joined you in 93.
Yeah. So, and I'd been at that place since 90.
Well, joined you in Belltown.
But everybody goes like, oh, the Crocodile. And I don't know where else all these people played at. They played.
There was not much.
There's not much.
Yeah.
But before was the Vogue.
Yeah. The Vogue.
Yeah. Everybody went there.
Yeah.
But that was more of the earlier.
There were not a lot of clubs. The Central Tavern.
Yeah. I mean, if we want to go back to the beginnings.
So it did blow up then.
Yeah.
At a certain point.
And I did have the guy who I shared a space with at Red Farm Films had a photography studio. And he would take pictures of people like Alice in Chains would come over and flip their long hair around.
I love that band. Pictures. Yeah. I love them.
I've never even heard them.
No? Oh yeah. Play it really loud and
if you've drank like 10 bottles of wine. Even the hippies never drank that much wine. We drank jugs of Loganberry wine.
What is that, homemade?
No, it's like the worst shit you could ever drink. Mix it with I used to mix Loganberry wine, I told you this, with 7-Up and call it a Logie Flip.
That reminds me of Duff McKagan mentioning Night Train over and over, pretending that he drank it more than once.
Well, that might have been. Remember when Four Locos was here, though?
Oh, that's poison too. Yeah,
I know. And before that, the people used to drink. There's always been fortified wines and
right. Gives you the worst hangover.
Yeah, but you get
temporarily
insane.
Yeah. But I think Duff with his vodka use, he's drinking Stoli or whatever, top shelf. Rock stars don't get the cheap shit, right?
I don't know. Some people think that Seagram's is, like the best vodka around. Yeah, people that
I guess
don't
if
drink
he's
vodka.
Drinking that much vodka, maybe someone told him, Seagram's is good. You can get that instead of Kettle One or whatever.
What were they doing? Like drinking
Tito's?
Buying it they didn't have Tito's back then.
Oh, they did? Yeah, Tito's is new. They didn't have that in the 80s.
You didn't even have Stolitznaya back then.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, Stoli, I think.
But no one drank it back then.
No, okay. No.
They drank bar booze because it was cheap.
Yeah. I wish I could drink vodka, but I can't really drink hard liquor, especially vodka. It makes my blood feel like it's burning. Does that make sense?
No, because
I get all hot.
I used to drink
weird.
so much vodka. I haven't had a vodka drink in 2 years.
Oh, okay.
I just drink minimal alcoholic stupid beverages like Campari and soda.
Ooh, I love Campari. Yeah, that's
Have
good.
you been to speaking of Campari, that new restaurant that just serves aperitifs in Columbia City?
Like an Aperol spritz and stuff
Everything.
like that?
They have like 50 different types of Aperols.
It's a restaurant?
Yeah, it's a part of one of those restaurants up there.
Yeah, okay. It's not off the alley, is it?
No, it might be Medusa.
Now, you'd love that place, off the alley. It's all like, we got some pig stomach today, and we're going to...
The only person that likes off the alley is Soleil's dog. And, the dog goes like, if it's time for off, is it time for awful? The dog barks.
It's a really expensive place, but it's not even a room. It's like you sit at a counter facing a brick wall. And then there's like one table outside. Like, who's going to pay hundreds of dollars for that?
Have you been there?
No, I see it on Instagram.
What did we do before Instagram? People wouldn't have any experiences before Instagram. And now everything's on. And even my students and my ballet students were going like, I said, oh, this is coming up, this blah, blah, blah. And they go like, is it on TikTok yet? And I'm going like, yeah, it's on TikTok.
I do love TikTok, but it's sort of sinister, and you never know who they're paying. Like they pay, if you get enough views, like millions of views, they start paying you, but you never know how much. And then people that are popular suddenly disappear because that's part of the algorithm. Like, oh, they're making too much money, right?
Where do they go?
They're there. They just stop getting viewed. They stop getting.
We don't want you
appearing.
anymore. You're toast. Don't get too popular. You can only get a certain amount of popularity on TikTok.
Okay, Elaine, this has been wonderful. One last thing before we go. A bunch of rich people in a submarine went down to the Titanic and disappeared. Does that make you sad?
That's like the stupid motherfuckers.
Have you been following?
Yeah. Well, why would you want to do that? And I think the funniest thing is some of the memes you see on Facebook. They just have like a tank with a thing on it. Come on down for $250,000 to go kill yourself.
The steering thing was an Xbox controller.
Yeah, I saw that.
And the guy, it's a Seattle guy. It's his company, and he went down with the ship too.
Good. Did I say good?
I made a joke on Twitter about cannibalism. Like, well, they're going to discover that they ran out of oxygen, but before that, they're drinking each other's blood and stuff.
They're more likely to drink their own pee, which is even worse. I think blood is too thick to drink. It's just going to clog up and you're going to have a fucking stroke.
Yeah. Well, I think...
I was drinking so-and-so's blood and I had a stroke.
I think what happened is it imploded under the pressure because it was a piece of shit tin can. And so they died instantly, which is good.
Yeah.
But the other amazing thing is that all the resources were ships, Navy, Coast Guard, all millions of dollars. Meanwhile, there's people trying to get away from Africa, getting into Europe, packed on a ship, just dying, and no one cares. There's no rescue.
No.
So, and that's actually the beauty of this story is that people are talking about it in those terms, right?
Yeah,
wait a minute.
But, the regular people don't really care about. Everybody thinks that those guys were a bunch of stupid rich people. I think even the rich people are going like, damn. I could kill myself in a rocket going into outer space instead of going under the water.
Yeah, and for what? Again, this is like watching a football game on TV. Okay, look, it's an old ship at the bottom of the ocean. I can watch a video and not risk my life.
No, they said life wasn't worthwhile unless you're risking it.
Ugh. That's what Duff would say. Thanks. This has been the Doom Planet podcast. Thank you, Elaine.
Okay, thank you, Alex.
Okay, ciao.
Ciao.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. From glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. Has the world had enough of Duff? Enough Z Duff? Guns and Losers or Guns and Posers? I'll have to think of a title for this episode, Doom Planet number 96. Goodbye.
Find out more at doomedplanet.com. 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'll sing you a sweet little song of a flower that now droops and dead. Yet dearer to me than all of its mates, though each holds aloft its proud head. Was given to me by a girl that I know. Since we've met this, I've known no repose. Is dearer by far than the world's brightest star, and I call her my wild Irish rose.